If you are in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania on a Sunday, it is a great day to take a Sunday drive. There are a lot of cool things you will see, but there are some things you will not be seeing. You will not be seeing the Amish working the fields and pulling a team. It is their Sabbath day and they do adhere to this and they take a rest this day. You also will not see them worshiping in a church building with pews and stained glass because they actually host their church services in each other's homes. What you will see a lot of, however, is the Amish out and about. It is their visiting day, so you will see a lot of horse and buggies, you will see a lot of Amish walking around, so if this is something that you want to see, Sunday is your best bet. But is there anything else to do on a Sunday once you're done driving around? Well, I'm glad you asked, because indeed there is. So stay tuned for over 30 things there are to do on a Sunday in Lancaster. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I am Danielle and I'm here to help you plan your trips to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And today's video is all about things to do on a Sunday in Lancaster. It is a great day to go to Lancaster if you want to see the Amish out and about, but there are other things to do, which I have found because I really wasn't sure if there was much to do, but it turns out there's over 30. So we're going to get into that in this video and talk all about it. It's quite a range of things, from biking to tours to hot air balloons, tubing, and all sorts of stuff in between. Now, some of these places are seasonal, but a lot of them are not. So stay tuned to find out the whole list of what there is to do on a Sunday. One more quick thing, if you have not subscribed, I would love your support and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like it, and I do hope you like it and enjoy the video. So first we're going to talk about the tours that are open on Sundays in Lancaster. We have the Amish Farm and House, the Amish Village, the Amish Experience, Aaron and Jessica's Buggy Rides, and A is for Amish Buggy Rides. The first three tour companies mentioned are all focused on Amish culture and local tradition. They are similar to each other in that they offer tours on their properties of the Amish lifestyle, whether that would be in the form of an Amish home or an Amish schoolhouse or even some farm animals. They each give you an up-close look at the Amish way of life. All of these companies also offer bus tours through the countryside and some even a trip to an Amish farm. They are really great resources and very educational about the local culture and history of the area. You can also learn a lot about the area and the Amish way of life during a buggy ride tour as well. This is one of my favorite things to do in Lancaster, as it is really quite unique and, in my opinion, very soothing and relaxing. Some of us Lancaster fans call this clip-clop therapy, and I totally stand by that claim. There are several different kinds and lengths of tours available at these buggy tour companies on Sunday. Now on to the Trains of Lancaster County. There are some very deep roots in Lancaster, in which I think truly plays a big part of why Lancaster is just such a beloved place. One of these places that has such deep roots is the Strasburg Railroad, with its beginnings dating way back to 1832. So all that to say, it is really a special place to visit, and on Sundays, Strasburg offers 4 rides on their regular train between the hours of 11 and 3:30. Now, right across the street from the Strasburg Railroad is the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania, and their hours on Sunday are 12 to 4. Then literally less than a mile east and north of this area is the National Toy Train Museum, and their hours on Sunday are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. almost every Sunday of the year. Sometimes you've got to check these websites though, because they have closings once in a while. And then when you head back into Strasburg, you will come upon the Choo Choo Barn, and they are open 10 to 5 almost every Sunday of the year from mid-March through the end of December. It is the home of the amazing 1,700 square foot model train layout, and it's got Lancaster treasures all over the place in here. It's a really fun thing to see all the local landmarks on the layout. One of my favorites being the Amish barn raising and Dutch Wonderland. It's definitely something worth seeing, and it's air conditioned, so that's really nice in the summertime. Another train ride I want to mention is actually called the Middletown and Hummelstown Railroad up in Dauphin County. So technically not Lancaster, but it's super close, just a bit above Elizabethtown and just southeast of Harrisburg. But I think it's worth mentioning because it looks really fun. From 1890 to 1976, it was a part of the Philadelphia Reading Railroad. And then in 1986, they started offering passenger train rides. I love this video that they have on their website, so I really wanted to screen share this with you. It looks like such a cool ride. The ride is a 1 hour, 11 mile round trip ride. Along a creek mostly, and then they tell you all about the area during the ride, so a really fun option for another thing to do on a Sunday. Okay, next are the miniature golf courses that are open on Sundays in Lancaster. First we have Village Greens Mini Golf, and that's right outside Strasburg. Water's Edge Mini Golf is in the Burdenhand property area right behind the restaurant. Lost Treasure Mini Golf is literally on Route 30, right near the Hartman Bridge Road intersection. Boulder's Miniature Golf is located just off the Mountville exit off of Route 30. And lastly, the Shack Restaurant and Mini Golf is near Mannheim. Next on the list are the museums and theaters of Lancaster that are open on Sundays. First, there is historic Rock Ford, which explores life in the late 18th century and what it took to run this mansion back then, as well as the local culture affecting that time and this place. They offer tours on Sundays at 10, 12, and 2. There's also the Landis Valley Farm and Museum, and they're open on Sundays between 12 and 4. This is a large property with several historically significant buildings depicting the history of Pennsylvania German life, and they have a huge collection of Pennsylvania German artifacts to explore on the property. And on a totally different note, a musical note that is, we're going to talk about the theaters of Lancaster that are open on Sunday. First, and a very popular one, is the American Music Theater. They have different events and shows all of the time, from Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons to Lyle Lovett and even Air Supply. So make sure you check their website to find out exactly what's showing when you want to go, but they are open on Sundays. Also open on Sundays is the Dutch Apple Dinner Theater. They offer a different show typically about once a month, and this summer 2022 they are showing Great Balls of Fire and The Little Mermaid and Chicago the Musical. Alright, coming up next on the list of things to do on a Sunday in Lancaster is the shopping on a Sunday. And if you have watched some of my other videos, you may know that this is the component of Lancaster that I'm the least familiar with. I'm just not a shopper, so I just don't know as much about this. But here are some places that are open on Sundays to shop in Lancaster. The Tanger outlets are open on Sundays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. This is right along Route 30. And then right down the road a little farther are the Rockvale shops. I think they're called the shops at Rockvale now. It's another outlet center, and their hours are Sundays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Something a little more local and something more up my alley is a place called Jake's Country Trading Post. It's down the road even further along Lincoln Highway / Route 30, and it's near Gordonville. Here you'll find some rustic country home decor, lots to choose from, really neat looking place, and their hours are from 10 to 5 on Sundays. And then even just a bit further down Route 30, going east, you can check out Cackleberry Farm Antique Mall in the town of Paradise, and their Sunday hours are 10 to 5 p.m. And the last little place I'm going to mention for shopping is actually on the Miller's Smorgasbord property. Since the Smorgasbord is open on Sundays, so is their quilt shop and their little Tioli shop. So these are two places you can shop on Sunday. So here's another option for a fun local place to shop. Okay, at this point in the video, we're going to talk about the free stuff you can do in Lancaster, and there actually are some neat things to do as options that are free. Most Lancaster fans I know, including myself, love to just drive around and take in the beautiful and tranquil scenery. It's one of the best ways to spend your time in Lancaster, especially on a Sunday, because it truly is the best day to drive around if you want to see the Amish out and about. It is their visiting day, and there's a lot of buggies, a lot of Amish walking around. You will see all sorts of treasures when you're driving around Lancaster, but the one I'm going to talk about right now are these amazing pieces of workmanship called covered bridges. There are over 25 of them in Lancaster, and if you need help finding any, check out Discover Lancaster's website where they have like a covered bridge link, and will help you find them and map them out. In addition, my hubby and I went on our own covered bridge expedition in 2020, and then made a video about it, which has maps and directions and even latitude, longitude, so it's helpful too. I'm going to link it above and below for your convenience. Another free thing to do in Lancaster is to take a hike, literally. There are a really good number of scenic trails in Lancaster County, some paved and some not, but they offer miles and miles of walking, jogging, hiking, and even riding your bike. A great place to find information about this is on the Lancaster County website, linked here and below, to find out the specifics on these trails. Just to name a few, there are ones like the Conestoga Greenway Trail, the Conewago Recreation Trail, and then the Lancaster Junction Recreation Trail. And just for your information, a really fun fact about Pennsylvania is that it's one of the leading states in both establishing and preserving over 900 miles of greenway trails in the state, and a lot of them being abandoned rail lines. So just another really cool thing to love about Pennsylvania. Okay, we are nearing the end of this surprisingly long list of things to do on a Sunday, and now I'm just going to throw the rest of the activities into the most generic title ever called Everything Else. So we're going to get into the rest of things that I have found that are open on Sundays. And we start with something I did last year and really enjoyed, and it is a tour and pretzel lesson at the Julius Sturgis Pretzel Bakery in Lidditz. It is the oldest running pretzel bakery in America, which is just so cool. They offer one tour on Sundays, and it's at 12 noon, though their store is open from 12 to 4 that day. This is a really fun tour. You get a lesson on rolling out and twisting a pretzel exactly the way they do it, And then you get a really cool lesson of the history of this place and the company. It's just super, super fun. Okay, now we're going to move on to something else that sounds like a lot of fun to do on a Sunday in Lancaster, and that's with the Strasburg Scooter Company, and it's a guided tour on some really cool looking scooters. It's really a one-of-a-kind way to look at the countryside and get some information about the local area. Next we have the Turkey Hill Experience in Columbia, right on the western end of Lancaster County off of Route 30. You can literally see this building from the highway. They claim it is not a tour, but an interactive experience with various stations. It's not actually a working factory, but they just kind of show you how they do make things, and a lot of it ways to educate yourself on their ice cream. One really cool option is to make your own ice cream at their taste lab with a bit extra fee for this one. Another super fun and yummy option to do on a Sunday. Next up are two seasonal and extremely fun options, and they are Dutch Wonderland and Hershey Park. So technically Hershey Park is in Dauphin County, but it is very close and very fun, so I just had to mention it. And these are some really fun things to do. Dutch Wonderland is one of my favorite places. It's just such a neat amusement park. They have built it just for kids and families, and I just love it to this day. I've been going there for over 40 years. It's a great place to go. And Hershey Park, you know, is a classic and a bigger amusement park. A lot of more thrilling things there, and it's big, has a water park. It's quite a property. So these are some things you can do on a Sunday if you're up for it in the summertime. Okay, so to wrap things up in my last category, subcategory of a category, I'm going to talk about the outside-the-box ideas. First, we have the most elevated and most expensive, and that is a hot air balloon ride by U.S. Hot Air Balloons, who operate out of Burnham. And just to give you an idea of what this is about, it's a shared ride. Well, their shared ride costs $325, and the time slot is at 6 a.m. So you want to get out there before, you know, they set up and takes a while to get the whole thing going. The whole thing lasts about 2.5 to 3 hours, but only one of those hours is actually floating on the breeze, so to speak. Okay, the next option is floating, but on a wetter surface, and it is tubing down the Payquay Creek with Sickman Mills Outfitters. They offer 2 to 4 hour floats, with the latter being a guided tour. They also offer all-day tubing passes if you are into that a lot. Obviously, this is a summer activity, and it looks a lot of fun and quite memorable. A neat way to spend your Sunday in Lancaster. And when I say floating and tubing, I don't mean this kind of floating and tubing and rafting. It's more like this kind, where it's really relaxed and you're in tubes connected to each other. So just so you have an idea in your head of what it actually looks like. Another fun activity to do on Sunday in Lancaster is to rent a bike from Lidditz Bike Works. They're open from 10 to 2 on Sundays. Personally, I've always thought that seeing Lancaster County on a bike in the countryside would be a really cool way to really get an up-close look at the details of Lancaster. I think that'd be so much fun. So this is a good option for those who are up for a challenge and maybe want to get out there and be more active and see the countryside up close and personal. Okay, the last thing I'm going to mention is definitely the most outside-the-box one I think I have on this list, but it will appeal to some of you. It is a visit to the Wolf Sanctuary in Lidditz. They have a really great mission here, and they are beautiful animals. So if you're in the area and you love to support animal conservation and education, this is a great opportunity to do so. Gee whiz, that was a lot longer video than I had anticipated. That happens to me a lot. I start talking about Lancaster, then I just keep going. But hopefully it's resourceful for you to know what there is to do on Sunday. And it is quite a variety. And a lot of it's seasonal, so keep that in mind. Always check the websites though before you head over, because you just never know. Some days they're closed, like for instance the Choo Choo Barn, I believe, is closed like the first week in November as they prepare for their Christmas layout. So just little things like that can happen. Always check the websites for the hours. Please leave me comments if you have been to these places on Sunday, or if you want to go to these places on Sunday. I'm actually heading to Pennsylvania soon, so I'm super excited to go and try out some of these places and let you know what I found. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed it, and enjoy your next adventure.